mammals, animals, people and their behavior, movies, films, TV shows, anything. Whatever it is you're studying, if you find the fun in asking questions every day and taking nothing for granted and being curious, and if you can adjust as the world keeps changing, then you can STEM too. Science is a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun work. You might be studying science right now in school. You might be taking tests, answering questions, maybe writing a lab report. But is that what science is really about? Hi, I'm Dr. Inez Ponce de Leon, and I'm from the Ateneo de Manila University. I'm still asking questions about how people understand science, and I do a lot of research in science communication. Science is all about the journey, not the destination. First, you have to think in terms of long-term work, and you have to be prepared for criticism. Your friends, your peers, your fellow scientists won't always agree with how you interpret your findings, and that's okay. It's a scientific method. If you're working in a school laboratory, you might feel that you're following a recipe from start to finish. But in science, these recipes are just the basis for all the work that follows after. Maybe we start with a hypothesis. Maybe we stumble upon something accidentally, like, penicillin. Or how a scientist with a chocolate bar in his pocket discovered the microwave. Everything after that is no longer accidental. We plan, we're systematic, and in the end, we welcome the idea that we still have to ask questions because the world will be changing, and by tomorrow, we'll have new work once again. It's in the journey, not in the destination. It's in the methods and the systematic way of thinking, not in the conclusion. When I say systematic, this means that every step that we take always has to proceed logically from the step before it. We have to check every step of the way if what we are doing is correct. How do we do that? Sometimes we consult other scientists. Most of the time, we read what is called the literature. These can be journal articles, these can be textbooks. We always verify before we move forward. In everyday life, you might recognize this kind of methodology. Maybe you find news online that you're not sure about. Are you going to tell someone about it immediately? Are you going to share it? Or are you going to check it first? Good scientific habit would tell you, check that fact first, read online, look for other sources, and when you verify those sources of information, make sure that those sources are truthful and trustworthy. And when you verified completely, then and only then can you share it with somebody else. And being systematic means being logical, and that can be called being scientific. You don't have to be in a lab, but you have to think in terms of step by step. When you were growing up, you might have asked lots of questions. Why is the sky blue? Why is the grass green? It's a natural curiosity that everybody has as a child. It seems to be built into our DNA. The need to find out more and ask questions and discover, to look for answers. But in science, we don't know all the answers all the time. What was letter A yesterday might be letter B today. You won't get your answer immediately. The answer didn't come overnight. It came over a long period of time. When I finally realized that science is all around me. It's not just inside the laboratory when I set up an experiment. And it's not just in my journal articles that I have to write or the conferences that I have to attend. Be prepared for a life full of adventures and questions. Keep your curiosity. Ask questions and don't be afraid to question people. Don't be afraid to question facts. Always double-check everything. Be prepared to be critiqued, to be asked questions of, to be debated with. Because as the world changes, so does knowledge grow, and you can be part of that journey. Pinays can STEM.